Well, hi. This is our first crack at a video live presentation. Sorry we couldn't connect at Minneapolis for the gift show, but hey, you do what you have to do under the bizarre global times we're going through. So hopefully you've all received your buyer's guides, and those came in the mail hopefully earlier in the week, and you go through those. Great descriptions, a lot of technical information there. Everything is available in May. Our factories have been not as affected as you might think, so we're pretty much good. A lot of production has been going on all winter long, so all the new styles are available from spring. So if you do want anything in early, and you want to do multiple ship dates, sprinkle some new things in early, whatever you like, go for it. And everything you see on the top, on that top corner here, says delivery from spring. So just about everything is categorized like that. Just to remind you, anything with an asterisk at the color means it's a new color, but you knew that. You guys are veteran Dale of Norway dealers. So we'll just start going through. I'm going to emphasize new stuff, styles that don't change, kind of cruise through quickly. So how's that sound? Hey, got no choice. This might go quickly because you can't try things on and touch it and feel it, but too bad. We're going to start off with the Tokyo in lieu of what's the, hopefully, Tokyo Summer Olympics. They're still going with the plans of having that in July, and if we're all flattening the curve, as we're saying, we'll be able to do that. It's a one ply, and again, all the tech information, you've got your price lists as well, so all that hopefully is handy, and then you can kind of refer to that. I don't have all prices memorized. I'm going to skip the whole pricing thing and just go through the models. Hope that works okay for you. We have blue and the white. The white, this is the official sweater of the Norwegian Olympic team, as detailed, has the Japanese flag, little call out here, and active sweater, since it is so lightweight. There's some perforations that you, take my word for it, there's little perforations on the shoulder line, and you can see that down the back with a little kind of rib section, giving it a little bit more room. The perforations help in just breathability and getting that, as far as cooling you off. So that's Tokyo, the white and the blue. Then we go to the Trondheim. Trondheim is, we do men's and women's, all these first batch as typical. We do a feminine fit and a masculine fit. So this is kind of a playoff on the podium. On the top, again, this will be an Olympic handball team, I believe. I should have had that all memorized, but it's been a while since I did a line presentation. But this is super popular, has that real kind of sport look to it, has a call out, full zip, one colorway only. A lot of these next couple are just one color options, so it really kind of simplifies things. A nice rib, a little bit higher neck, which I like a lot. And that's Trondheim. Oberstdorf is where a cross-country world championship went. This is, again, really good response. It's kind of that Norwegian feel, but with a kind of a tone-on-tone royal blue against the navy blue. Hopefully you can see that with the lighting we've got in here. And that's the Oberstdorf. Montreal, full zip, has kind of this is a mountain range just outside of Cortina d'Ampezzo, where there was going to be a World Championships this year, got canceled, and where the Olympics are in Winter Olympics are in 2026. In case you didn't know that, that's where the Cortina d'Ampezzo will be. So it's got a really, you can see a kind of cool image in the back there. Full zip, one colorway only, men's and women's again. And then we have our Cortina lightweight pullover. This lighter weight base layer, but yet it's really kind of evolved into more than a base layer, and that people are wearing it just by itself. Pieces I have, I just wear solo, lightweight piece, really almost year-round use. Production of this is basically barely filling demand. So every year we just barely get through the orders we have. So it's been in the line for a while, and still is really a popular feel. It has a real kind of silk wool type feel to it. We do it in the pullovers, and then we do full zip in black only. Then the Sternier Star we do in 3 colorways as well. Different pattern there. And there's also the matching pants that go with that. Rondon, 3 colorways. This all is carried through, no change there, so you should know that pretty well. Frida, new colorway for Frida. This is always a popular, a little bit younger fit, kind of track jacket-ish looking, and has a nice, this is the new colorway. V, I believe, is the color. Yep. And then we do the black, we do the dusty root blue, and then the navy. Nice full pattern front and back. Hovden, a lot of you did this on your orders last year. Sold through well, a lot of reorders on it as well. New colorway, a little bit of coral. Coral's been a kind of a trending color in fashion, so we splash it in a little bit here and there. And this is a new colorway in the Hovden. The rest of the colors are carried through, the navy, a little bit of tan. And then we go full zip with that coral also. And then color C, the navy, which always does real well. Seems in the full zips, the darker colors kind of prevail. The most popular ski area in Norway is Yellow, and that's the kind of the namesake behind this series here, the single ply. Again, great price point, a little sportier, younger customer, and the Yellow we do in the pullover, full zip, the dress, and a skirt. So a whole little family, kind of like we do the Cortina family with all different styles under the Cortina branding. We do the Yellow, same way. So this, you know, it's been in the line for a while. Black is always the best selling color, so it's pretty easy. We're seeing a lot more interest in our color A, our kind of off-white. We have it in a couple of other styles with that as the base color. Getting a lot more interest. This color doesn't scare people as far as getting dirty as how it used to. It's all stain treated, so it's stain release treated. So anyway, that's the bring your attention to that. Then we go to the dress. Uh-oh. Eggs are fighting me. Get in there. Okay. Dress has been real popular. A lot of reorders, so people would put 1 or 2 in, just kind of have something for display, and a lot of them got reordered. So that's the dress. And then the full zip also did well this year. Skirt. 3 colorways there. Then the Cortina, we go a little heavier merino here. Nice doubled up neck. We do the new color here in the gray and the full zip. So we do full zip and we do pullover. Full zip in the black and the gray. And the gray, blue, red in the pullover. It's a good place to kind of splash some red into your product mix if you're looking to. San Moritz, always one of our top 10 styles. We go to a two-ply with the spandex in between, so you have a lot of elasticity, a lot of fit, stretchiness, for lack of a better word. In the Lati, one colorway only now. Kind of our sporty sweater again, a little higher, double layered collar. No change there. And we have the Podium, which we introduced kind of late a year ago. Had kind of a limited production coming through, and we sold out of it. It was exceeded our expectations on the initial batch. So it was kind of a limited distribution to kind of get it going. Did real well. People really reacted well to this is from the, believe it or not, this is the official sweater of the Norwegian handball team. Team handball is huge in Norway. Who knew? And this was the sweater that they had for their team, and it really got traction very, very quickly. So we do it for men's and ladies. The Olympic Passion, new colorway. Instead of the red over the heart, it's now that kind of charcoal gray. So that's new colorway in the Olympic Passion. Here's the one we had from last year. So if you did well with this, maybe splash it up with the new colorway. Okay, now we go men's, and we have kind of the same selection of styles in men's. We do the Tokyo in the blue and the white. Kind of shying away from the white for the guys on that. If you're going to do this for men, I would stick with the navy blue, just because I think that's what's going to be a little bit more sellable for them. And then the Trondheim jacket for men, really getting great review. Then we have inside the collar, I should have mentioned before, the Heia Norge, Go Norway. Try to get this so you can see that. If not, take my word for it. Inside the collar. Cool, huh? There you go. And then the Oberstdorf, getting a little bit heavy here in the merino. Again, that kind of tone blue on the navy, and then the red Norwegian flag pattern across really has been getting good feedback. And the Mount Cristallo, again, the kind of the heavier, the full zip version in this kind of collection of sport Olympic event type sweaters. And the Cortina for men, same deal, pullover, full zip, kind of the same color palette, full zip only in black. And the stern, yeah, same thing there, no change in this style. And rondinette comes back also unchanged. Again, this will be year 3 for this, and it's sold well every year. So this category is pretty solid for us. A little sportier, but kind of serves as a base layer or just by itself. BMA, go to a lighter weight pullover, more of a delicate pattern across the yoke. Some bright color treatments on the side. Then we go to the Hovden. Again, another takes the veil, basically the veil pattern, and puts it in a lightweight merino. Clever, huh? And this was something that a lot of shops had on their orders this past year. So hopefully this did well for you, and you either can come back into it with another color or fill in on the colors you have, because we added a new color with charcoal, off-white, and then a little bit, you can see that, a little bit of orange, called orange peel, across the body. A little bit of orange splash. We use coral in some of the women's, and then we use kind of the orange in some of the guys for a little bit of a color pop. The traditional, this is what we use, our number one style, number one color in the veil. So you have that as an option too. And then the black with a little bit of kind of a tan across the body. And then our green, a little bit of a more brighter kind of aqua green. And then for the full zip, I do about 50-50 pullovers to full zips. I guess here's the new color, the light gray with the orange, and then the blue, charcoal, and then the gray with the blue. Okay, a new color we're going to be seeing throughout the whole Rustic collection is this N, which is green. Hopefully you can see this. It really, really has been getting well received. So we have it in a bunch of different pieces, and really getting it's kind of a fashion, kind of army green, and getting really well received. So we have it in the full zip yellow, along with gray and sharp black, black and off-white, and then the navy off-white. All four are doing well, but this new color, folks are liking a lot. How we doing? Get you anything? Now we go to the pullover again. Here's that color N, that new green. Really has kind of a really cool kind of heathered look to it. You can see that or not. I'm not taking my word for it. And there's the charcoal and light gray. And here's the black with the off-white. And then kind of a more of a unique color here. I would probably not do this one, not crazy about that. And we go to the Cortina, the heavier merino. Same story, full zip, pull over, kind of the same color palette of black, gray, blue. And we go to San Moritz, or actually we're calling it the Moritz. Can't use San Moritz anymore. I guess the ski area of San Moritz didn't like us using that name, if you can believe that. But anyway, so now that's why it's called the Moritz, in case you were curious. And again, we go to a 2-ply, great price point. A lot of good colors here. This has always been a solid color. And then you want to keep it real simple, do the black with the off-white. And we're also going to have a new color, which is going to be the green, which unfortunately I don't have a sample of, but I've got a picture, which I'm sure you can't see, but anyway, it's that new green on the bottom and charcoal on top. If you like it, I probably could find a better image and email it to you, but that's all I have right now. So that's new color N of the Moritz. It's the dark green, smoke, charcoal. There you have it. Then we go to the Lati, which we do for men in 2 colorways, and probably selling more of the gray and the charcoal than I am with the off-white. The new Olympic Passion for guys, same as the women's, doing real well. People like that kind of charcoal versus the red. And now we go to women. We're going from sport into style in the catalog. This is a new cape, the Freya cape. This is kind of the Angora cashmere blend. Has this big rose petal in the back. Belt has 2 positions. It also has a little pocket with the pewter emblem there. You know, capes are popular in the fashion world. I do okay with them. I'd like to give you more feedback here. Most of the shops I've seen up to this point are my outdoor / ski accounts. And this isn't their style, so their response has been kind of like, but might play a little bit more in your stores. Anyway, lots of colorways. Got the light gray, which also people have liked. Okay. Simra, which Norse for summer, I believe is where the name came from. This is really doing well. Has kind of a drop tail. It's really cool pewter button treatment on the side. Kind of the oversized. A lot of the new styles we're coming out with are kind of an oversized, which gives you a real wide range of body types that fit well in it. Both colors are doing well, the blue and the gray. So everybody who tries it on loves it. Wish I had the ability for you guys to try these on, because it really looks good on lots of different body shapes and types. Another new style, Oatly, which is again really doing well. A good year-round piece, as it is so lightweight. Again, drop tail, Hopefully you can see that in the on the hanger there. Really pretty kind of flowered buttons. I'm pretty excited about that. Everybody, this has been a real universal, love it. It's a really soft hand as well, which you can't tell, but take my word for it. New for us is kind of a throwback retro style called the sconson, which we have in black and white for women, and we do it in black and green for men. It's kind of a retro 60s pattern, and here's another one of those things where I kind of got mixed response so far, and again, to the outdoor and ski shops, this isn't really what they're looking for from us, but from Scandinavian shops, maybe a little bit more up your alley. So I'm still trying to decide on this one. Hedvig is a kind of remake of Hida, if you remember that. The difference is now we used to use kind of jeweled buttons, and each button was different, and we now have all the same buttons. So when we do a change like that, we change the name. So the weight of the wool is the same, everything is pretty much consistent. If you had some left over, you could fill in with the new, and it would take a pretty shrewd eye to pick it out of the rack. So you could fill in a little bit easier here. All three colors really do well. This blue has a real nice kind of heather look to it. But it's, as you know, our Senestall pattern with just a really super lightweight application. Flora, we used to do two different capes. The Flora was the better seller, had a nice texture, better drape to it. We do it in the black, and the blue doesn't hang well at all, so you need to have something more clever to merchandise it. You know, some kind of mannequin, something to merchandise, because on a hanger it just looks kind of, it falls off the hanger about half the time too. So this did real well for us last year. It was on a lot of orders. Had a certain number of reorders too. So there you have it. And then probably one of my #1 reordered sweaters, the Ingeborg, which is full zip, has a nice split back, and then it's kind of a drop back. Again, a lot of different body styles fit it. New colorway, color P, is a new color for us this year, and a lot of reorders. So a lot of you put a couple in, you weren't quite sure, and a couple went in the store, and they really checked out quickly. Had a lot of reorders for the blue. This one did really well, and the red, really surprised how many special orders in the red with that kind of mustard color contrasting on the shoulder. Really set it off. And then we have the black and off-white as well. But this is a real winner for us, so hopefully for you as well. And since a lot of you reordered it, I'm thinking it was. Snefrid, you can always tell when a style is popular at a trade show. A lot of the reps wear it, and this is a very popular sweater for the reps. It's a really nice, delicate pattern, lightweight, really a wide range of temperatures. And here's a new color, the color P in the Snefrid. Again, that kind of drop, split tail gives it a really super flattering look. And the blue, electric blue, and then the red, right out of Anne's closet. She loves this one. And the black and off-white. That's a Snefrid. Okay, the sweater that really showed a lot of people they could sell more expensive sweaters was the Christiania, even though the price has come down a bunch in the last couple of years. But here's a new color. This is color Q on your dial. This is the Christiania. No change. A lot of, whenever you see as many styles or as many colors in a style, you know it's popular. We've got several machines running 24/7 just making the Christiania in the factory. So it's pretty funny. It's one of our more expensive sweaters, and this is globally our #1 selling style. And you guys know this well. It has a nice silk roping in the side, nice contrasting kind of hourglass look, but it's kind of an optical illusion. lot of colorways, and you hopefully you know them all. But the electric blue was new a couple years ago. Ooh. A little more dressy version with the black, the red with the dark gray, more traditional blue. So there you go. There's also the Schiefer, which is kind of light gray and the off-white. That's, I don't have an example of that one. And then we have the Solfrid, which is a little more of a box cut, so not quite as trim of a silhouette as the Christiania is. So it gives you a little different customer to sell it to. Has kind of a drop tail in the back, double slide zipper. Very, very similar, just has a little more full fit. And here's the new color in this. I'm gonna shoot the rest of them for you there. Very popular this last 1920 season. And then the Siegfried, unchanged, a couple of colorways, does real well, lightweight, very delicate, can be dressed up or down. Okay, now we're going over to men. This is the collection which translated, Siv Fiel, translated means 7 mountains, and there's this mountain range, there's 7 peaks. So Norwegians are pretty big on this collection. So we do a crew neck, we do a V-neck, we do a half zip, and we do a full zip. This is one of those collections of sweaters that doesn't really scream, hey, I'm a Norwegian sweater. So traditionally, this type of kind of sports type of look doesn't do great in your stores. So I've trimmed it down so you can get the idea, and you can see by the images in the catalog what it looks like. But in the crew neck, for instance, the top is kind of textured, bottom is more of a flat, and then you have that mountain range. If you can see, that's a tone on tone across the front, and then just stripes across the back. And then the half zip has it just on the sleeves. The mountains are kind of stitched on the sleeves. This kind of reminds me of something Icebreaker would do. So if you're doing Icebreaker in your stores, and I'm guessing a lot of you don't, this kind of plays into that kind of category. So you get the idea. If it's something that you think you could do well with, we do it in every type of neck option you have. And then we also do the sconson in men's as well, kind of a retro styling. I think this might have a better success rate in the women's version than the men's. We did black and the green. I'm not quite sure who the customer is for this, so I'm a little bit reserved on this one. Okay. Then I also, I skipped one. In that seven, this is what the jacket looks like. The jacket, probably of the bunch, if you want something more subtle, I think probably is the one to go with if you're looking for a lightweight full zip, not super patterned. And this fits the bill on that. It has a little bit of the mountain reference on the sleeves only, and the body's pretty basic. Okay, the Christopher jacket was new last year. Did pretty well. It's a higher priced jacket, but it's super luxurious feel. And this is a new colorway. This charcoal and lighter gray. We also have it in the blue and in the black has a little bit of red trim. So that red trim really gives it a sporty touch to it. Some folks thought at that price point they wanted it a little bit more subtle. So the blue and the gray, I think, are the way to go on this one. The Eric is a nice lightweight pullover. Has a real kind of delicate patterning across the yoke. A lot of colorways. And then the Sphere in the new green. This has been kind of giving this style some life. This has been in the line for a couple of years. Again, it kind of was one of the few kind of remnants of our old sportswear line. Takes still has that set of stall print across the chest, kind of a guy's version of the Hida, if you will, and the new green is nice. The Buoy is a new style. This is a pattern from an older Olympic sweater from 60s, I remember. I think it's written down there in your book. Again, it's an oversized, feminine cut, drop tail in the back, a really kind of a more of a fashion type of silhouette to it. Getting really good response. A lot of different shops are liking this a lot. We do it also in the guys in 2 colorways too, which is kind of cool. And the Fallon is that cashmere, Angora feel, pretty aggressive price point, but it's one that I've sold a lot in onesies and twosies. Again, drop tail, oversized, big chunky turtleneck collar. And then the, organize this hanger here. The Muking is our air spun merino. So you have a really soft, fluffy, heavy fiber, but it's not heavy when you're wearing it. It has a real lightweight feel to it. And we have that, and that's really been a nice solid. And kind of finding a customer, it's really done well the last couple of years. Do it in men's and women's. And then, new style is the Del set. Imagine the set-a-style print with a real kind of a fashion application, so that ribboning is off the side, pewter buttons. It's a unisex. I think this is going to be something you'll sell more as a women's piece. I'd be a pretty fashion-forward guy to be rocking that. Something new, the designers are kind of giving a nice little kind of a color trim on the side with the green and the red trim tape there. The Sonetta, which means snow hood, it's this island with reindeer. So this, again, this air spun, real soft, heavy fiber, has the head of the reindeer, and he's kind of running by, and it's kind of streaming in the back. So again, kind of a fashion, kind of a display piece that we're doing. Similar to the Isbjorn with the polar bear. And this is kind of getting, again, finding its customer. It's a little younger customer, a little more fashion, and it's kind of a fun way to kind of have that Norwegian-inspired feel and have a really soft sweater. Okay, here's the kind of the guy's version, the Tessoy, which we do in the blue with the pattern top or the off-white with the pattern top. And both are, kind of getting a good response. It has a real kind of unique look to it, kind of retro, but yet the fashion, the cut of it is still very modern. One of the crew necks I think that are going to do well for us. And we have Muking in the guys as well. I do better with it with women. Grimstad is a island off the west coast of Norway that everything is kind of like right out of the past. It's like a time capsule. So this is kind of a retro looking pattern to kind of honor that in the blue and the off-white. Here's one that's the off-white is doing well. Wherever we have some of the new styles with the color A, I'm getting a pretty good response. And again, a little bit fuller cut, so it has a wide range of body types. Real pretty pattern pewter buttons, trim in the bottom. The Christmas sweaters we do in women's, we do in men's, and we do in kids. So we have red, we do blue, hats, headbands, sweater, what do they call it, scarves. And so we have a whole kind of collection with the Christmas theme. And this was something that I saw a real spike in special orders in November and December, as you can imagine. But it's kind of a fun, kind of seasonal piece. The Vala, all colors are back. It's one of those kind of medium weight sweater with the Sedestall print in it. You know this one, it's been around forever. Still sells pretty well. 140th anniversary sweater, have a new color option, color A. This has been getting good response from folks. And then the blue, very, very pretty. A lot of special orders on this, so this was a sweater that was really reordered a bunch in all colorways, the blue and the black, and then the off-white A color is a new option this year. Has a real nice kind of cabling down the side, in case you didn't carry this previously. Has this kind of cabling in the side, so you get a real nice, have a tapering, good silhouette there. Piece, new wool being used for piece, a little bit finer micron. We're down to a 20, I think it says 26, 27 micron. It was 34, so a little finer wool. So you have a little bit softer hand to it. So it's not quite as bulky as it was. Still, it's a real solid piece for us. A little pewter hard pull, nice embroidery, nice cuff work. This lot of good colors. This is one of those sweaters that we thought about moving away from, and the response was we need to bring it back. So it came back in the line a year ago, and that's the piece. Norway was in blue this year. We've added the color A this year, which has been getting a good response. Has kind of a history of Norway. Each panel reflects a certain time or significant happening in Norwegian history. So we do the hat in this as well as the sweater. In our weatherproof sweaters, the Fongen, the Weatherproof, as you recall, just to remind you, has the windproof liner, has the cuffs in it, has a draw cord waist, and the wool is a nano-treated wool, so it's water resistant, stain resistance, and then the Italian windstopper lining underneath makes it windproof. So it is an outerwear piece, and Fongen is a really traditional, good sport type of pattern. We do it in the off-white, we do it in blue, and black. It has a high zip-through collar, has a fleece inner layer, protected zipper, has a little zipper garage, kind of protecting the zipper from your face, zip pockets in the front. Really is an outerwear piece, and you kind of need to sell it like that to justify the price. And then the heaviest of the Cortinas. So we do the base layer, we do the merino, and then we do the pullover. And the pullover and the crew neck. So we got the crew neck, which I think is up now. We do it in several colorways. One of those kind of go-to styles, that traditional look, and then we have it in the quarter zip as well. Quarter zip has the fleece and the elk leather trimmed zipper, pewter pull, kind of a timeless piece. Sedestall, we went to a 3-ply and a little finer fiber, or wool fiber, giving it not quite of that heavy feel that it was. Still one of the few pieces we're doing in XXX, and we do it in the color A and color S. So we do the off-white and the black, in the pullover and the full zip, with the pewter clasps. New color for veil. Veil is always one of our best-selling styles. The off-white, again, off-white, getting a good response. We do this in we do veil. He said we do veil in the standard version and the weatherproof as well. So you know that veil pattern, you can apply it to a more of a basic 3-ply sweater, or you can put it in one of the weatherproof options. This is always the colorway that does best in veil. We also do this in the hoved in, so this color kind of reappears throughout the line because I figured, hey, it works here, it works somewhere else. Bleifeld 2-ply, a little lighter weight, always one of the top 5 styles in North America. New color for us this coming year in the black and the smoke. Again, the trim, leather trim zipper, nice fleece line inside collar, pewter pull. The Bleifeld always does well. We also have it in red, the navy with the china blue, and a little bit of orange in there is nice. The Gehringer, we go to, it was new last year, did really well, ran out of blocks for us. Has that real solid feel to it. Very famous fjord. And then for men, we do the Brimsa as well, which is that island with kind of old school island, and we do the full zip and a black and the navy. Getting good response on this too. So people want a pattern full zip sweater. This is a really nice option. '40th anniversary for men. Does real well. We go to a 4-ply here, black and charcoal, light gray, and the blue. I think that's 4-ply, is it? Or is it 3-ply? Look in your book. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. The Norway is 4-ply. That's the heaviest, I believe. Got the blue and the black. Again, has that history, each panel, important part in Norwegian history, from having a constitution to having a court, and have the, anyway, you know the story as well as I do. And then we do the Weatherproof, the Fangen, and the Veil in the Weatherproof versions. Here's the Fangen, so it really has that kind of throwback, old school sport type of look to it, with the wind-resistant lining, kind of here and there. Nano-treated wool, which doesn't wear off. It's water treatment in the wool that lasts forever. It also creates a stain-resistant as well. Okay, so that's the hour-and-a-half presentation in much less time, because we didn't have time to take your input. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please email me with things you like, things you didn't like, things you want to see some more of. Again, sorry we couldn't get together, but this is hopefully just a one-year glitch. I'm sure it's better if you're able to try them on and things like that. You know how that goes. If you have questions on fit or more details, again, give me a call, shoot me an email. We're trying to give Norway our orders as soon as possible. So amongst all kind of because their factory is limited activity right now, so they're trying to plan production. So if I can get your orders before the end of March, that would be great. That allows them to get their planning going, and especially if you want an earlier ship date, or if you want multiple ship dates. So the way the discounts work, to hit the next discount level, we can combine shipments to get you to that next discount level. And you should, as you remember, starting a year ago, your discount that you get in your preseason also applies to all your reorders all throughout the year. So if you're kind of close to that next level in the discount, maybe split up the multiple ships to get to that, and that way all your reorders get that same discount too, to maintain your margin on reorders as well as your preseason order. Any other questions, please reach out. Appreciate your flexibility and looking through the line this way. I know it's not ideal, but hey, these are global historical times we're going through, so I hope you and yours are staying safe. Looks like we're going to be spending a lot of time at home in the next couple weeks, so a good time to get projects done. I tackled a messy part of my basement yesterday and found some cool stuff, by the way, so it's not all bad, and we're cooking a lot of meals at home, and you know, just trying to reach out to people however you can. So I appreciate your support in business this past year. We'll get through this hopefully sooner than later, and we'll be in contact. Thanks again.